plus your comments and contributions. It is that time. And of course, Bukola joins me as we walk through some of the major talking points for you over the weekend, of course, spilling over into today. Bukola.
Yeah, well done, Coyote. Some of our first few talking points make it into the trends this morning. Speaking of foodstuff and kindness. And we're starting with kindness. President Bola Tinubu is being commended for ordering the return of seized food items to their owners. And the first thoughts come from Farmer at Web3_farm says, a touch of kindness and practicality from President Bola Tinubu. That's the love icon there. His decision to return the seized food items to their rightful owners is not only fair, but it also helps to ease the economic woes of the border communities and boost the local markets. Well, the question is, will it reduce food smuggling in the first place? So
it was important to also differentiate between export and smuggling.
Yeah,
I think we raised that point. This one is I am Fizzle 123 saying the question is, how do they return it to the owners? Where is accountability of the owner of the goods seized? And who says the goods are still intact?
And this one is from One Nation. One Nation says the question should be, will the Nigeria Customs Service do it for free? They might demand a service fee, make them no lose out totally. That's another practical question.
Well, Zumatis quoted, very interesting name, says, while the intent and all is appreciated, I'm concerned about the execution. Will there be proper monitoring to ensure the food really reaches the local markets?
Okay. Hashtag accountability, hashtag Nigeria. Olani says, we hope to see compliance in the coming days because it's easy to give orders in Nigeria, but will they be obeyed? We're talking about an order from the president of the commander-in-chief. So we believe that the Director General of the Customs Service should execute this order, right?
Well, it's a no-brainer, really. But hey, things happen.
Yeah.
Things happen.
True.
Particularly with people still asking customs to give a response to the investigative work done by Fisaya Shoyombo, some of those issues raised. So you'll understand why a lot of people are skeptical because, well, in recent history, they've not exactly seen some of these agencies forthcoming. We have PJ_121 saying the problem is documentation. Was there any documentation of the seized food items owners? I want to believe there should be one, or in this case, a lot of documentation.
Sure, and that goes back to your point that we've emphasized on the program about differentiating between exportation of food and food smuggling. So if the importer or exporter has documentation, then the Customs Service should be able to produce it and, you know, be accountable about this process. Was it smuggling? Was it food exportation? Speaking of food, Zionade says, and that's our next theme, the price of foodstuff and the level of heat in Nigeria, they do competition. That's the skyrocketing price of food and the heat we're experiencing are competing in terms of, you know, the way Nigerians are feeling it. I hope I captured the meaning correctly.
There you go. Okay. Omayegule, let us know. The next one is from Iduze. I hope I got it right. And it's a very interesting angle to this, Bukola. It says, despite the smuggling activity, we still have enough food with us here. What is lacking, I imagine you're trying to say, is a purchasing power. Without government intervention in farming, built foodstuff are not cheap anywhere. So is that really the situation?
Is that really the case? Is it not?
Because we had African
too
farmer.
much money chasing too few goods. But, you know, from his thoughts, it would be very little money chasing a lot of food.
A lot of food, right?
So supply is outweighing demand in his own estimation. Well, we'll have the economists clarify that for us.
Because we've heard farmers saying, well, we're not even at the worst part yet. We're coming to a point where there might be less food supply. So for them, they will say food supply is a challenge, really. Availability, supply, and the rest is a challenge. But for Duze says, he believes that we still have enough food here with us, and it's just the money that is missing. Take a look at this one, Bukola.
Muwafak Damfulani says, Ramadan is already here, and foodstuff prices in the market are still high, I believe, and not pocket-friendly. You know, we talked about that earlier on.
And we've seen what happens during Ramadan, you know, how prices seem to go up. And we're coming off a period when prices are up already. So the question is, will they get higher? Richie 001 says the way foodstuffs are getting more expensive in the market, God help my people.
Amen. Up to the next theme now, and it's on petrol, or the oil sector, if you would have it. NNPC. Oduma starts and he says, Aramco is reporting profits while NNPC is constantly reporting losses. They both deal on crude oil.
I saw this video, or rather this comment over the weekend, and well, I understand where a lot of people are coming from, so let me just take more of those comments. This one is from Zain Africa, and this is what Zain Africa has to say. NNPC made trillionaires in Naira. That is what you're saying. We can make more than $121 billion after rehabilitation of oil refineries by focusing on ending pipeline vandalism with not only human security, but applying automated security with advanced technology. Saudi Aramco tracks every droplet of oil and pipeline vandalism from their control tower. Automation prevents insecurity and human error by 80%, Zain Africa says. So I like this angle because I know a lot of people were flogging the NNPCL, saying, see your mates, in a manner of speaking. I mean, that's the Nigerian term. But also this prefers solutions, and I think I like that.
Well, the gains may not be as much as we expect, but there's some return on investment following the account given by the NNPCL GMD some months back during the Senate hearing, saying that they have begun to make some remittances to the Federation account. And now that we have a private security firm, protecting the pipelines, what are the gains from there? We need some accountability from the company managing Nigeria's oil services. Well, this next one is from OnlyTega_OnlyTega, and they say, having looked at Saudi Aramco's numbers over the last 5 to 6 years with the kind of profits they're declaring, I'm forced to ask if it's palm oil or vegetable oil NNPC is selling. Well, it's neither of both.
So that is a look at your mate comment I was talking about earlier on. It's understandable what people are saying. So those are some of your comments. Don't forget, you can keep them coming in. #CTV Morning Brief. But this video, which you may have seen earlier, also trended over the weekend. And that's Governor Chukwuma Soludo in that exchange with the LG Transition Committee chair. It's gotten a lot of people talking, different angles to this. Some said, let's just let you listen to it one more time. That happened on Friday, I believe, in Ogbaru local government area.
You stop it, you come and bulldoze it down. If I come here again and I see any of this rubbish, I'll sack you publicly. They're incompetent. They began it and you are watching it going on and you didn't bring it down. Where is the walkway? Come and show me the walkway. Come and show me. So you bring it down. You stop it and it's going on. Look at it. 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 Coming out on the road. Who changed it? You must go back and you have at least 1 meter where people can walk. By tomorrow this wall must be off. And they must go at least 1 meter up there. And they get me the paper who approved it. And I'll sack that person tomorrow. Get me whoever, if anybody approved this, that person is leaving my government tomorrow. Okay? Let them get me who approved this thing to be done this way, and I will dismiss that person tomorrow. Get me the paper.
Well, feels like some drama, and Nigerians love their Nollywood.
Well, he made
so you'd understand why the video trended.
Yeah, different angles to this. So he made that promise, that vow, that whoever is responsible will be sacked. That was on Friday. I've not seen so far a report of that sacking. So maybe it's been done. It's not been widely reported. It's another case entirely. But there are different angles to this. We'll call it quickly. Some people say that was embarrassing, doing that in public for the Transition Committee chair, who, by the way, is Pascal Ayegbuna, that's his name. Some other people think, let it be done, it's governance anyway. So whether it's in public or in private, ensure that whoever's responsible is reprimanded and appropriate sanctions meted out. But another category of people, they're not even involved in that back and forth. They say, wait a minute, So can we do this for those we elected as well, as people? Can we tell them, if you don't deliver, we're going to sack you?
Well, good points, but you must look at it also from the broader perspective. What's been happening? What's the backstory to that? How many more areas carry such implementation of a poor town planning arrangement?
Yeah.
So perhaps those are the issues.
All right, there you go. So those are some of the things you're saying. We're going to go on a quick break now. And when we return, we'll get into one of the big stories of the day. Concerns, you know what? Wait for it. It's a morning brief.
Stay with us.